Hi, this is Garvey Campbell, and you are watching Carnival 24. Coming up. Cuba leads the race for a Latin American vaccine for the virus. Angostura names their new brand ambassadors. Consumers in the UK favour rum as their drink of choice during the lockdowns. The Central Bank of the Bahamas issues its Milestone Digital Currency. Organisers begin planning for the upcoming 41st St. Maarten Heineken Regatta. And finally, the 2020 Dominica Independence celebrations are officially a success. Keep watching. We hope you enjoy this week's show. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and if you're watching this on Facebook and want to see our most recent stories today, then make sure that you subscribe to the Carnival 24 YouTube page, where we release these videos 2 weeks early, and click on the bell icon or use the link in the description to sign up to our mailing list and make sure you don't miss any of our shows in future. But before we get into each of these great stories, we've got a quick message for some of the tourism boards, governments, organisations and other contributors that we work with and who help us put this show together. As a programme, Carnival 24 works with various groups such as governments and regional organisations that help to make this show possible, and that includes tourism boards, trade organisations, committees and contributors that are working hard to continue to develop and continually improve the countries and the regions that we cover. However, we know that there's more great and inspiring stories out there happening right now that doesn't make it into mainstream media in other countries. And as a result, there's a lot of important information that isn't seen by interested people if they're not taking the time to actively search for it, because they live outside of a country or region where your information may be drowned out by their local or regional news, and this affects international awareness, public perception, and decisions that people choose to make. So if you're watching this and have regional or local news or stories that you think our audience would like to see in the areas of tourism, culture, business, trade or development, then send it through to us at contactus@carnivalnetwork.co.uk, which is the email address that we use to select our stories for the Carnival 24 programme. And if it's newsworthy, we'll include those stories right here on Carnival 24. And now, on with the show. In the Latin American race for a solution to the pandemic, Cuba already has 2 of its own vaccines in clinical trials. Since the pandemic began earlier this year, Cuba has been playing an important part in fighting the virus. They've been doing this by sending their doctors to help fight the virus in other countries, creating interferon alpha-2b, the drug that's been used successfully on carriers of the virus in China, and currently they now have 2 vaccines in clinical trials, which if successful will prevent people from contracting the virus. If they succeed in creating a viable vaccine, the Caribbean island could become an important supply to neighbouring countries that might otherwise struggle to access vaccine supplies as wealthier Western nations rush to secure their own doses. This could be very important for vulnerable groups in the Caribbean and Latin America, such as the elderly and remote indigenous communities. And if a Cuban vaccine proves safe and effective, it would become available for purchase in the region through the Pan American Health Organization, which is the America's regional office of the World Health Organization. Cuba's vaccine progress is also being tracked by the COVAX facility, which was created by the WHO to ensure global distribution of vaccines. Although Cuba's 2 vaccine candidates, known as Sovereign 1 and Sovereign 2, are currently not among the 9 vaccines that COVAX has chosen for its portfolio to date. As of November the 3rd, there are 47 coronavirus vaccines in WHO-approved clinical trials and a handful in most advanced testing. Cuba's vaccine program has also drawn interest from Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who said in August that the ALBA bloc of 8 Latin American and Caribbean countries backed it. And the African CDC, based in Addis Ababa, said Cuba has a good scientific reputation and signaled potential interest once data on the vaccines becomes available. Should the vaccine prove effective, Cuba have said they'll favour exports to countries with which it already has existing healthcare agreements, after ensuring it has enough of the vaccine for its own people. And this was confirmed by Vicente Verez, director of the Finlay Institute in Cuba, who said, "We're making a big effort to be able to start vaccinating all of the Cuban population in the first half of the year." Cuba said last week it expects to have 2 more experimental vaccines in clinical trials by the end of the year, including one administered through the nose to immunise mucous membranes, which is a key point of entry for the virus. Currently, the vaccines look promising in Cuba. However, there are several challenges, which include the implementation of late-stage trials, which relies upon controlled administering of the virus. And this is due to the low transmission rate of the virus in Cuba, which currently has just about 500 confirmed active cases of the virus. Other challenges include purchasing the raw materials for large-scale vaccine production. However, Jose Luis de Fabio, a former PAHO vaccine coordinator and Cuba representative, has said this could be solved by outsourcing manufacturing of the vaccines to other countries. Angostura has recently announced their new lineup of Angostura brand ambassadors. As the pandemic continues to challenge the livelihoods of entertainers worldwide, the House of Angostura has selected a diverse lineup of some of Trinidad and Tobago's top young personalities to represent the company's wide portfolio of brands, which include rum, spirits, and Angostura aromatic bitters. The move is another example of Angostura's continuous innovation in marketing their rum brand and follows the donation of 70,000 bottles of hand sanitizer to schools across Trinidad in order to help limit the spread of the virus, as a sign of the company evolving their brand dynamics and their commitment to Trinidad despite the restrictions of the current pandemic. The new ambassadors represent both major and upcoming movers and shakers in Trinidad and Tobago's vibrant entertainment industry, with their roles as music artists, DJs, MCs, producers, and event managers. Nyla Blackman, the internationally recognized soca hitmaker and leading female entertainer, has returned in her capacity as an ambassador, and the entertainers joining Nyla as official Angostura ambassadors include Ravi B, Rion Elborn, Phantom, DJ Charlotte, Poison Sound, Master Salim, DJ Mixmaster Geo, Major Penny, and the artist team who flies the Trinidad and Tobago flag high at major events including Caribana in Canada and the Notting Hill Carnival in the UK, showcasing Trinidad's culture to regional and international audiences. With this diverse group of entertainers representing the iconic organisation at home and abroad, Angostura looks forward to igniting renewed excitement and strengthening passionate ties with audiences around the world. And in a comment by Terence Barath, chairman of Angostura Holdings Limited, he said, "The House of Angostura is extremely proud to support these young leaders of Trinidad and Tobago's entertainment industry, especially during this challenging time." And he closed by saying, "These ambassadors represent Angostura's commitment to being cutting edge and leading with innovation. We look forward to working with these talented artists to deepen our connection with our audience and further support Trinidad and Tobago's vibrant culture." It's official, in the UK, rum has been the spirit of choice during the recent lockdowns. In the 3-month period between April and June this year, data from the Wine and Spirit Trade Association found that 38% more rum was sold than in the same 3-month period last year, which is the equivalent of an extra 1.3 million bottles. And total rum sales were worth £119 million, which amounts to $155 million in that quarter. The biggest growth during the 3 months came from flavoured and spiced rums, which increased 53% by volume, which is equal to 3.4 million bottles of the overall rum category, which means that flavoured and spiced rums were more popular and outsold white rum in the UK for the very first time. Over the 12-month period leading up to June 2020, rum grew 8% by volume and is now worth £430 million, which placed it behind whiskey, vodka and gin by value. The WSTA also said sales of gin in the off-trade outlets like supermarkets, convenience stores and wines and spirits shops grew 22% by volume and 27% by value, despite off-trade growth for the category slowing over recent months. And total gin sales in the UK over the 12 months up until June 2020 grew 15% to the value of £1.1 billion, which amounts to $1.4 billion. When asked about the reason for the jump, the WSTA said the strong performance of rum and gin was due to consumers drinking more cocktails and exploring new flavours as on-trade outlets like bars, restaurants, coffee shops, clubs and hotels were forced to close during the coronavirus lockdown. Off-trade alcohol sales as a whole rose 8% by volume in the year to June 2020 and grew 35% between April and June this year. Miles Beale, Chief Executive of the WSTA, said, "Our latest numbers show that rum is lockdown's champion, as the experimentation Brits like to enjoy in pubs and bars carried over to their homes. However, this also underlines the importance of new innovations in the spirits category for on-trade venues, where rum brands can be displayed to customers, such as the shop window." With news just last week of further restrictions being placed on the hospitality sector, the climate for our distillers, many of whom are small to medium enterprises, continues to get tougher. And the WSTA said last week that it welcomed further financial support for hospitality venues in Tier 2 restrictions. However, Beale said those who help the hospitality sector, including distillers who are the producers of spirits, continue to be overlooked and need access to the same levels of support. The Bahamas is now officially the first country to launch a central bank digital currency. In our 44th show, we told you about what the Bahamas were doing in order to create their very own new digital currency. And since that show, the Milestone Digital Currency, called the Sand Dollar, has finally been released after a long period of research and testing. The coin is a digital equivalent to the Bahamian dollar, controlled by the central bank, who releases and controls the coin, and the coin is likely to become one of the safest and most convenient ways to conduct transactions in the country. The new digital coin is less costly to transact with compared to the existing options, and it will also be instrumental in the process of improving financial inclusion and transaction efficiency across the Bahamian Islands. Only a decade ago, fiat currency was the undisputed model of exchange. Even though other assets like gold exist, they are reserves, and as such they are also valued against fiat currency, which meant that the government, through the central banks, had control over their economy. This lasted until the 2008 financial crisis, after which Satoshi Nakamoto released Bitcoin as an alternative currency. The Bitcoin performed well, with other digital currencies such as Ethereum, Ripple, and thousands more cryptocurrencies following suit. But even though they were viable, cryptocurrencies were viewed as volatile, and this brought about stable coins, which offered access to virtual currencies without the volatility. But these were also decentralized, and because of this, they were still viewed as a threat to the economic stability of governments, and as a result, many governments have since banned the stable coins. While governments understand cryptocurrencies are inevitable, many are hoping that the use of milestone digital currencies will replace cryptocurrency. And because the Bahamas has been the leading country in looking for digital currency that could support its developing digital payment systems. Currently, countries like China, the USA, and the European Union are looking towards their own central bank digital currencies. And they are all at varying stages of deploying their own coins, and China is even considering banning other cryptocurrencies. Because of this, the success of the Bahamian milestone digital currency will have far-reaching consequences, because most countries have been considering launching central bank cryptocurrencies, and thanks to the Bahamas, they now have a benchmark to use, as the Bahamian sand dollar now works as the measure on security and deployment of central bank currencies. And if the sand dollar is the first working model of a new financial trend, soon enough, it's very likely that other countries will soon follow with a coin of their own. Despite the uncertainty of next year due to the virus, St. Maarten is starting to plan their 41st regatta. The St. Maarten Heineken Regatta started in 1980 as the St. Maarten Regatta, with 12 sailboats participating, and 3 years later in 1983, after Heineken became a major sponsor of the St. Maarten Regatta, the event grew quickly, with the highest recorded amount of boats participating in the St. Maarten Heineken Regatta in 2008, with 284 boats. The regatta includes some of the best boat racing, with parties and events with top music artists and entertainment to enjoy during the days and nights of the event. And while the effect that the virus will have next year is unpredictable, the St. Maarten Yacht Club Regatta Foundation and the government of St. Maarten are confident to host the 41st St. Maarten Heineken Regatta, which will take place on March the 4th to March the 7th, 2021. Relying on implementing proper protocols and clear communication, the event is now accepting entries for its annual regatta through the Heineken Regatta website, and it's suggested that participants enter the event as soon as possible to enable organisers to finalise plans for 2021 and ensure safety for all. Currently, the St. Maarten Heineken Regatta is planning an event that's focusing heavily on delivering a safe, competitive, professional and seriously fun event. The current focus is on offering world-class racing, and all participants will have to comply with health and entry guidelines that are set by the government and the event organisers. And these guidelines will be communicated on the official regatta website and updated regularly on the official notice board online and during the event. The island of St. Maarten started welcoming international visitors back to the island as of July the 1st, 2020, after it implemented safety measures to ensure the safety and well-being of visitors and residents. Entry requirements will be in place for visitors to enter St. Maarten, which can be found at stmartenupdates.com. And St. Maarten is open to yachts, cruisers and private vessels, and currently a local registered yachting agent is required for all vessels as part of the clearance protocol and to ensure that they have a smooth arrival in St. Maarten. For more information and updates on the event, we recommend visiting their website heinekenregatta.com. Earlier this month, Dominicans everywhere celebrated their Independence Day. Despite the downscaled activities for this year's independence celebrations, officials of the Division of Culture in Dominica have labelled this year's celebrations as a success and are applauding schools and communities around the country for their role in participating in preserving and celebrating Dominica's rich traditional culture and identity. The celebrations, which officially came to an end on Wednesday the 4th of November, with the National Day of Community Service, saw the removal of several popular activities and events due to the global pandemic. Nevertheless, Minister for Culture Rosalind Paul said Dominicans still supported their culture throughout the season despite the many restrictions, saying, "I want to commend all Dominicans for their lively spirits, even considering the situation that we're in that environment of the virus. There has been a very uplifted spirit of our people as we celebrate our 2020 independence. And we see that in terms of people wearing the Creole wear, the cuisine, especially on Creole Day, the various local foods that we've been enjoying. And so in whatever way, we Dominicans have been showing our national pride or patriotism and our love for our culture." Rosalind Paul went on to state that the contribution made by schools, communities and cultural enthusiasts will preserve our culture for future generations. Adding his voice to the commendations, Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence described this year's celebration as a major success, noting that Dominicans maintained their patriotism and nationalism, which generated a spirit of pride. And he said, particular areas of strength were dressing up in Creole wear, the preparation and consumption of local foods, the promotion of Dominican traditional music on radio and at business places, and the countrywide support for Independence Day events. Lawrence also said that the celebration was different, but nonetheless it was effective and helped to stir up excitement of love for the culture and country, and a deeper appreciation for all things Dominica. This year's 42nd Independence celebration was observed under the theme, Celebrating New Opportunities. So, those are our stories for this week, and this week's tune of the week is Welcome to Anguilla by Drak Shakespeare. Drak Shakespeare is officially from Anguilla, and even though this song isn't directly connected to soca or carnival, we see this song as a fantastic song for tourism, helping people from outside of Anguilla to connect with the island, see what the island has to offer, and see some of the people who are offering it. And to tell the truth, we think with this song, Drak Shakespeare would make a fantastic ambassador for the island, considering his music has already gotten out there and he's already done something that many artists have done, but in a completely new and unique way that will reach people who may not be familiar with Anguilla and the fantastic things it has to offer. So, this is Welcome to Anguilla by Drak Shakespeare. Make sure you keep your eyes open for the wealth of locals that are in the video, their introductions and what they do. This is Garvey Campbell, and you have been watching Carnival 24. We'll see you next time.
What's up? How you doing? This is Drak Shakespeare, writer, producer, and performer. And I'm in the lovely island of Anguilla. Big up to Carnival Network. You don't know.
This is James Russell Webster, the father of the nation. Welcome to Anguilla.
I am Roland Webster from Merchants Market. Welcome to Anguilla.
This is Mansell Lloyd from United Electric. Welcome to Rainbow City.
I'm John Benjamin of Caribbean Jewelers Chambers. Welcome to Anguilla.
Hi, this is Teddy of Teddy's Taxi and Tours. Welcome to Anguilla.
Welcome to the AX. I like to say, hey, welcome to the AX.
Welcome to Anguilla, tranquility wrapped in blue.
Hey, welcome to the AX.
My name is Tish Gomes from Tropical Sunset Beach Bar and Restaurant.
Welcome to the AX.
I am Merlene Guns, Seapros Charters and Water Sports.
Drak is your tour guide. If you're stiffer than raw hotter, you're looking or wanna try a place with just pure vibes. Yo, we got it poppin', we're rockin', ain't planning on stopping no day. Boats be docking in, so feel free to pop in. Your invite to the better life, yeah, the weather's nice. Sand under your feet instead of ice, you're into pleasure, right? Well, Anguilla's the spot, hit a villa and drop your bags off, come floss like a boss or chill on a yacht. Catch a grill when it's hot, get your fill of this rock. Remember the work stops here and you're not still on the clock. Check out hidden treasures, man, they like them eggs on Easter. We feature keys, and I don't mean Alicia either. For starters, this charter, so spend part of your trip on sea. Give me your camera, way to squeeze. I'ma click on 3. You're in short sleeves and exposing your knees. You won't freeze, I believe you'll be pleased with these warm memories. Yo, welcome to the AX.
I am Junior Connor of Junior's Car Rental.
Hey, welcome to the AX.
Welcome to Paradise, home of Tropical Treats Ice Cream.
Welcome to the AX.
My name is Heather Gumbs from Carrimar Beach Club.
Welcome to the AX. Man, I was just about in the middle like Malcolm over the loud drum, spitting on what's fitting for you to stick in your album. The picture of you playing a beach bum with no income, large glass of colada splashed with gold and rum. You're in your swimwear, got the beach chair, you're unfolding one. Come tackle us, and castle is fun for old and young. Of course the golf course for the hole in one. So when 50's in the club, Drak is holding one. Tell the friends you know where you're from, escape the cold and just come. A fan of suntans, man, in this land is loads of sun. From the east to the west, we're an ease to the stress. And indeed our quest is to please our guests. Oh yeah, come on, breathe in that fresh air, yeah. Ain't that like the reason you left that cold city, toting your coat, you're freezing to death? Man, it's thinking about it, got me even depressed. Welcome to the AX.
I'm Jed Hunt from English Rose Restaurant.
Welcome to the AX.
Elvis at Elvis Beach Bar, Santa Cruz.
I like to say welcome to the AX.
Darlings, welcome to Anguilla. I'm Armel from Straw Hat.
Welcome to the AX.
I am Bishop Brooks. Welcome to Anguilla.
Yo, it's a rare style that's only seen on my dear isle. Locals with sincere smiles. There's 35 square miles of family and friends. And man, do we depend on you spreading the word. So when you gradually descend from the height we have you on and you reach back home, praise Anguilla on the norm and just repeat Drak's poem. But remember the squeezing, the reason we're leading in the region. Even though we keep preaching that feeling is believing. August is the season, we party hard and we celebrate. Tourists like it's seasoned with rice and peas in like every plate. But the dream dish is our steamed fish. I mean this, gotta try it. Trust me, you'll forget about your diet. 5-star Cuisinart, where them weddings occur.
Hey, what about Viceroy?
Hold on, I'm getting to her. I didn't look up in the sky yet, and I see stars there live and direct. Anguilla, what a view to see, and trust me, you'd agree. In the Caribbean, we shine beautifully like jewelry. We're #1, still I won't beat up on most other islands brutally, but we here usually clean up in aisle 2 and 3.
Man, you a best.
Come on, that's just my impression of the intercom while shopping at Best Buy. Welcome to the AX.
I am Paula Fleming from Ocean Terrace Condos. Welcome home.
Hey, welcome to the AX.
I am Yahaira. Bienvenido a Anguilla.
Welcome to the AX.
I'm Albert Lake of Lakes World.
Welcome to the AX.
I am Rudolph Proctor, Commissioner of the Royal Anguilla Police Force. Welcome to our beautiful island.
Hello, I'm Christina. I'm the Governor of Anguilla. Welcome to our beautiful island.
I'm Delroy Lake, President of the Anguilla Hotel and Tourism Association, and we would like to say, welcome to the AXA.
I am Victor Banks, Chief Minister of Anguilla. Welcome to our island paradise.
I'm Carlville Petty, owner of Heritage Collection Museum. Welcome to Anguilla.
This is Christina Savchuk.
Elvis Opang from the
St. James School of Medicine. Welcome to Anguilla.
I am Pam Webster, leader of the opposition. Welcome to Anguilla.
I am Mitch Lake, founder of the Anguilla Tennis Academy. Welcome to paradise.